Delaying the Ukraine ceasefire to benefit Russia. A significant role is being played by Russia. It can negotiate effectively at the time of the deal if it can annex more Ukrainian land and expel Kiev soldiers from it. Therefore, Russia will benefit from the ceasefire agreement's postponement. During his campaign, Donald Trump promised to halt the war in Ukraine within 24 hours of assuming office. When he took office, he initiated that endeavor. He called Ukrainian President Zelensky and Russian President Putin. The two nations are talking with the United States. However, why is the US so worried? This report identifies the cause of this. America gave Ukraine the armaments it needed to fight Russia. The United States has now requested the rights to the Russian pipeline that feeds gas to Europe in exchange for half of Ukraine's minerals. The American International Development Finance Corporation must be given control of the gas pipeline. This gas pipeline, which runs from the Russian city of Sudzha through the Ukrainian city of Uzhhorod to Slovakia, is crucial to the Ukrainian economy. Constructed during the Soviet era, this gas pipeline has traveled 1,200 kilometers. It affects not just the economy but also one of Europe's primary energy supply channels. Russia and Ukraine have used it to make billions of dollars for many years. According to Volodymyr Landa, a leading economist at the Center for Economic Strategy in Kiev, America wants to get as much as possible. However, Kiev cannot allow this colonial pressure. A mineral resources memorandum of agreement has been signed between the US and Ukraine. On Thursday, the two nations signed a memorandum of understanding with the goal of creating an investment fund for Ukraine's rehabilitation. They want to complete the deal by April 26, the Ukrainian government said in a statement. Although specifics are unknown, it is clear that the agreement will cover Ukraine's oil and gas and energy infrastructure in addition to $500 billion minerals. Trump is demanding that military aid be returned, and negotiators are attempting to stop him. However, they are agreeing to the demand that it aid in the post-war reconstruction of the nation. The American people have a desire to invest in a free, sovereign and safe Ukraine, according to a memo from the Ukrainian government. Zelensky is hoping for safety. A war without security guarantees would be dangerous for Ukraine, stated a member of the European Union International Security Council. Regarding security, however, the EU is divided. The US-owned White House will protect Russia from fresh attacks. Russian assaults in Ukraine persist despite peace negotiations. Additionally, US military and financial assistance is less robust than it was previously, despite the help that European nations have given Ukraine. It is insufficient. Ukraine is currently experiencing both crises as a result. Russia is taking Ukrainian territory and striking Ukraine one after another. Crimea was previously invaded by Russia in 2014. Later, a referendum in Crimea resulted in its incorporation into Russia. The country's east is seeing a sluggish but steady advance of Russian military. For any potential ceasefire, President Putin has established a number of requirements. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio implied Friday that the U.S. would tolerate Russia's control of Crimea, which is officially recognized as Ukrainian territory, if ceasefire negotiations proceed. December 11, 2024, Washington, D.C., Russian Power 2024, the conflict-ridden organization of the Institute for the Study of War ISW, has been approved for 4,168 square miles of land, which is 5 times the area of New York City and twice the size of Mauritius. Russia has stated on numerous occasions that it may utilize the Kursk region of Ukraine for its own reasons, but Zelensky recently made this claim in a speech. The suggestion was promptly rejected by the Kremlin. Ukraine seized some of Russia's territory in August of last year. However, Russia quickly grabbed portions of the peninsula. Russia is currently extending its territory and escalating the conflict. Russian authorities are assuming the role, and analysts are making plans. Kiev might have a far greater chance of winning if it had more land in Ukraine. Additionally, the dictatorship would benefit by delaying the start of the conflict.